Hey, so this is my, insert number here, attempt at recording this. I am trying to just introduce my podcast to you, but in full transparency, I have no idea what I'm doing. Not even sure if I need this microphone. Took off my headphones. See, I had these in the teaser because I thought I definitely need those. All the important podcasters have them. So I have them, but what is the purpose? What am I doing? I can't hear myself through them until I watch it back. And then I watch it back and I'm like, this is cringe. So we're just going to do our best here. We're going to try not to blow out the mic because that's what I feel I've been doing. I've been talking and you hear all of my spitting. We don't want that. And my ring light just went out because it overheated. So now you just get natural LED can lights in my basement with a backdrop that is not large enough to cover the screen. So this is going great. Anyways, welcome to Jesus Coffee and Wine. I hope this is going to be a great place for us. I think this is going to be a podcast, that's the goal, where we can talk about all the things. And while Jesus is in the title, and I am a Christian, that is how I live my life. It informs all of my decisions. This is not a Christian podcast. I do think it's a really important topic that we discuss, especially for people in the Christian community or have been in the Christian community, and how we approach life and how we do things. But I certainly don't have all the answers. So I'm here to kind of like commiserate with you, share with you, have other people on here that I know, love, and respect, and some maybe that I don't. I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen? But I do think it's important to be challenged. I think it's important to have tough conversations, and I'd love to just have this be a place where all that can happen with a little levity, some seriousness, and hopefully a lot of truth. So anyways, I'm glad you're here. Thank you to everybody who's been so supportive so far. Just since the little teaser I put out, I really can't tell you how much that has meant to me. And I'm so excited that I'm doing this with no clue how to do the technical end. So this is like literally flying by the seat of my pants. So we're just going to figure it out together, but we're just going to keep moving because I think that's important. So before we jump into our first episode, which is coming so soon, and I think you're going to love my first guest because she's incredible. But before we do that, I really wanted to like jump on here, introduce myself and the concept behind Jesus Coffee and Wine, and just keep you staying tuned in because you've been so excited from the teaser. So the concept really started out a few years ago when I had an idea for a new book to write. And for those of you who know me, you may or may not know that I wrote a book years back that I don't like to take ownership of or talk about. So let's pretend like I didn't just bring it up. But it is in fact part of my life. And I wrote a book and have thought ever since maybe I should try again. But this concept has evolved for me into something that I think is going to be a lot more fun for me and for you, into a podcast. So the idea of Jesus Coffee and Wine is not only do I need those three things to get through my life, Jesus every day, coffee every day. I don't need wine every day, although it doesn't hurt, especially on the tough ones. But I need those three things. And then I also was just thinking, like, what do you do when you have something you want to share, whether it's good or bad or scary or different or challenging or whatever? We call a girlfriend and we're like, hey, let's grab a cup of coffee to catch up, or let's grab a bottle of wine and a couple of glasses and help me work through this. Or you're never going to believe, like, girl, we need to talk. So it's always over, at least for me, it's always over a cup of coffee or over a glass of wine. So that's why we're here. That's what I hope we can do here together. And I'm really excited because I feel like this is a great place and a great opportunity for not me to share about my life, but in a way that we can kind of understand that, like, none of us are all that unique. None of us are, although it feels like we're alone in some of the things we go through, we're not. And that's kind of the beauty of life and friendships and growing. And I just think that it's important to hear from other people and to feel like you're not crazy, or maybe you are. And honestly, I'm here to tell you that too, because someone's got to do it. So you're welcome. Anyways, so that's the concept. I really hope that you enjoy it. I think, taking this on seems like, we have 6 kids in our house. Yep. We have a blended family. We have a toddler. We have 5 teenagers. We run 2 businesses. We are flipping houses. We're planning vacations and looking at starting to talk about colleges, and while still changing diapers. Like, I just thought I should add something else. Like, why don't I start a podcast while I'm also going back to school? So that's cool. Yes, I am going back to school come the end of August to study biblical studies. I'm getting my master's in that, which is also part of why I'm here. I think I grew up in a very, I grew up going to a charismatic, evangelical, Pentecostal church. And I think as an adult, as a 43-year-old woman and mother, I have had to kind of walk back a lot of the things I was taught and go back to the Word of God and say, what is truth and what is not? And what was stuff that they felt was important and legalistic but not biblical, and what challenges me, and what do I really believe. And so that's kind of what I'm doing. It's very much what I'm doing, but also I haven't even started that journey yet. So I don't have the answers. I don't claim to have the answers. I hope we can kind of find some of them together. So in a nutshell, grab a cup of coffee or a glass of wine, depending on the topic. And I hope you join me. And I'm super excited to do this with you. Thanks for being here. See you soon.